Hi guys, welcome to another video on the Caddy. Apologise for the lateness of it. I'd like to have got one out sooner, but I've just been waiting on some parts to come. I've not got everything I need, but I feel like I've got enough to make another video, so that's what we're going to do. Today I'm going to focus on fixing a front bumper, sorting the lights out properly, getting them set nicely, fitting them with the front bumper, and I've got some interior bits to put in as well and try and get the interior complete again, because it's getting to the point now where it's almost drivable. So I want to get the inside sort of pieced back together. So without further ado, I'm going to make a start on the front. I've got a bumper, I've got some of the brackets and things that I need to attach it. There's still a bit that I'm missing, so I'm missing some of the cushioning that goes behind the bumper. It stops it from sort of being a cavity in the back there. So the bumper's not going to be, you'll be able to push it in and compress it, but it's going to be hopefully fixed on. And I'm going to get my inner arches back on as well. So I'm going to put my front inner arches back on and see if they fit with the bumper. See if I need to get a set of newer shape front inner arches. So let's make a start. Okay, so that's wheels off. Sorted. Okay, now the wheels are off and we can see inside. The first job of the day is attaching these. Now these are headlight brackets that go on the newest facelift of this shape Caddy. Now these aren't on this car, on this van, sorry, but I've realised I needed them. And if you can have a look up in here, just about to see, the light's not too bad, there it is. Now this is not attached yet, as you can see it welds up on the top there and on there, and then the back of the headlight sort of drops, back of the headlight drops in there, and you screw it down. Now that one there is only being held in by the headlight itself at the minute. I was just sort of having a play with it, mocking it up and working out where it went. So I'll leave that there where it is. I'll move over to the other side and I'll fix this on. I'm just going to screw it on for now, so I'll put one screw through this face and one screw through this face, and then I'll weld it on when I come to weld on these brackets down here as well. But I just want to make sure everything fits properly and everything's lined up, and then I'll take it all off and fix it all permanently. Right then, so on this side without headlighting, you can see there it is fixed. I've only put the one screw in it, that's enough really, to be honest. Gives you better adjustment actually as well to get it in the right place. So that's there. I've done the same on the other side, and now I'm going to pop this headlight back in and fix it on at the back. Okay, next job. On here there's meant to be a plastic bracket that fixes up into the bottom of the wing there, and that's what the front bumper sort of clips into. The front bumper's pretty much just popped in. It's only held in by a couple of screws, one at the back there, one just there, one just there, and same again, one at the back there on this side, and then at the bottom as well, when the bottom sort of plate's on. Don't have that bit yet, but if I can locate it on the front now, that's all I want for now. The headlights have got these sort of clips on them, sort of there, and they locate into the bumper as well. So that's why I want to get the bumper on, because it will help the headlights in the right place as well. I've not got the front grille yet. Just looking for a cheap one, to be honest, at the minute, with the logo, with the badge and everything on it. So put that on afterwards. So this is all you need to fit the bumper. This is the little bracket that goes on the inner wing, like that. Before you put that on, you need to put one of these plastic grommets in. And this is what the bumper screws into. Take that out. Come on, get one out. One of these. So that pops up into that hole just there. A little bit of force. Give it a little tap with a hammer. So that's in there. Put one on the other side. That's in there. Sorted. Okay, now the bracket just sort of clips into that, and that screw hole there is for the bumper to actually screw into afterwards. There's a couple of little locating holes, and then there's this bit at the back. So that just clips in like that. There's a little gap there, and that's where the bumper slides into, and that's that done. And then your bumper will screw in behind there. Bought these new, but I've got loads of these lying around. These are just the same Torx bits that sort of hold all the inner wing on and stuff. So just keep hold of every single one of your bolts and your screws if you're doing this, because they're all the same. You can reuse them. I'll just pop the other side on, and we'll try and line the bumper up. Okay, so this side's on. This is the perils of aftermarket parts again. This is a genuine bumper. It's got some damage to it. This is not a genuine panel, so you can just see that overhangs a bit there, but that's something we're going to have to rub that down a bit, smoothing this line out when we come to paint it. But it's on. That goes on there, and then the screw, we'll just pin that in there. So coming around to the other side, goes on really simply. You just pull it into place, make sure that it's lining up on the headlights. This headlight's not in the exact spot. There we go. I just need both hands to do this, but essentially you're just going to push that into that gap. Okay, so that side's in. Again, I just need to screw the edge on. Now you can see this bumper's had a bit of a repair. To be honest, it was still one of the best ones for sale, because most importantly, all of these clips on this side and this side were intact. I was going to buy an aftermarket bumper, but I just thought, from struggling with the wings and the bonnet, I thought I'd better go for genuine. So this has had a plastic weld. To be honest, it's a pretty good job. It's obviously going to need final finishing. It's not perfect. You're going to need to fill up the whole thing. You can't just paint over this, but it's all right. Guy's done a good job of it. Bit of a crease in there, so we're going to need to body filler that, and we'll regain these lines. But to be honest, for the price I paid for it, I'm really happy with it. And I say, most importantly, the clips were all intact. Got an issue again with non-genuine panels on this side, so you can see this is where the bumper line's supposed to be, and the panel's just sticking out a little bit, so I'm gonna have to heat that up and sort of bend that into shape a bit better. But I'm just going to fix the corners in. I'm going to put the bonnet down and see how it looks. Okay, so there we go. It's pretty much where I want it. Aside from, like I say, got to sort this bit of panel out. Got to sort this gap out. Headlights are lined up nicely. This is still missing a clip, so there's one clip that's got to attach to this headlight here, and that goes into that hole, and that will just help position this front bit and keep that secure. This headlight's bang on. This wing's pretty good. That's in. Again, just gonna have to sort this gap out a little bit, sort this out a bit. This bonnet's definitely not the right shape. This curve is just on both sides. It's not quite right. I don't really want to buy another bonnet because they're expensive, so I bought the aftermarket one, but we'll see. I'm trying to see what we can do with that one, but yeah, really happy with that. It's really starting to come together. So the front grille, we'll get a fog light cover, sorry, tow eye cover, and we'll get some fog lights in here as well. We are going to do a fog light retrofit on this, so I've got the switches for it for the front fogs, so we'll be wiring those up. So I want this to be an absolute, you know, top spec van, so every possible extra that it did or didn't have, it's going to have. So yeah, speaking of light switches, I'm going to put the van back down on the ground. Actually no, we're going to let's try and fit the inner arches. Let's try and get the inner arches on. Just make it look a bit smarter, and it's something less I've got to keep in storage as well. I can put them, if I can get them on, I can put them away. So I'll pop the inner arch on, see if it'll fit nicely, and yeah, put the van down on the ground, get the wheels back on it, and move inside. Excuse the bird shit. These have been left outside for quite a long time in my back garden, but the inner arch sort of fits, sort of doesn't. So as you'd expect, it goes in down there in the body. All the bits on the back are the same, it's the same body. It goes underneath the arch. It even connects, you can't actually see it, it connects just here to the wing. That's in the right place, and to be honest, it would connect just there as well. Oops, the flash on. So it would connect there, and it will also connect just there. So it will go onto there, but I'd have to cut a little chunk out up here. I'll have to cut a little chunk out there to make it fit around the new gap, and underneath this is where it doesn't work. So you can see that obviously I expected this anyway, but the shape of the bumper is completely different, so that's not going to meet there and screw in there anyway. So I will have to get new inner guards. I'll probably put it on for now as it is, just because it looks a bit better, makes the underside of the vehicle look a bit better, and it means I don't have to store them. So I'll put the other side on as well. I'll fix it onto the bumper here. I just need to get the little silver clips that go on the back of there, so that screws in. But yeah, I will leave those on for now, and I'll have to obviously find the correct ones, get those ordered as well. Okay, so there we have it. Arch line is in, wheels back on, car back on the ground. Starting to look a bit more like a van. Close that door. Definitely getting there. Hopefully get a grill bar next weekend, get that in. Mirrors, still need those. So again, looking for a nice set of Caddy Life mirrors, heated, folding, all that. Fog lights, doors, need the newer shape Caddy doors because these lines don't quite match up. Don't know if anyone knows that. This line is in the right place, but it's a different angle, so it's more curved. This is a sharper line, and there's a little line there as well, which doesn't appear on there, so have to change the doors over. Rear doors as well, got to sort the hangers out, get down there. But for now, on this video, I'm going to move inside, and I'm going to start putting this back together again because I've got some extra bits for this. So I'm going to clear out this shit, get the glove box back in, get some air vents in. I've ordered this top box. That's the only bit I'm really waiting on at the minute, and the fascia, because I've had to order one of these. It's brand new, it's coming from Latvia or something like that, so it's taking a while to arrive, as is everything at the minute. But yeah, we'll get the front back together again. Probably get this kit plate replaced because I've got the one I need to go in there now. Right, then, starting on this side, I have bought an automatic headlight switch, and I bought a little module that will run under there up to the front of the dash, and hopefully we should have automatic headlights without too much effort. There is a little chip there. I know it's really annoying me, to be honest. I was expecting it to be delivered, but I've just seen on eBay that it's been cancelled because the seller broke it. But I'm looking for this piece, so I will be replacing this sort of drop down section, because you can't really pop this out. It's sort of plastic riveted in, and once it's out, and it's difficult to replace it with another one because the rivets just don't sit right. So for the sake of 20 quid, I'm just going to get one of these, and I'll be able to pop this out really easily and pop it back into the next one. So I'll get this fitted, run the cable round, put this side on, put this lower sill back on, and sort of get that bottom piece on there over the fuse box as well. Try and get that bit in down there as well. Clear the cobwebs out and get this down, because this is a bit wobbly at the minute. I'm going to keep this on for now. We'll be replacing it, but the van's going to need to be driven very shortly, so we'll bolt that down tight. This comes out really easily. You can see a little tab there. You just got to pop that in. You do it with your finger, push against the light, and it will pop out, and you just pull it out the rest of the way. So this is what I'm replacing it with. It's a little bit darker actually, which is better, because when I put this in, this is like a Chinese copy. Bought off eBay for like 10 quid. It's a little bit lighter plastic, so this is a little bit darker, which is nice. And what I'm going to do, it's exactly the same connector, apart from the fact that obviously this one says auto on it, because it's got the auto headlight function. Now I can just plug this straight into my original loom and the switch will work, but the van doesn't have any sensors on it for automatic headlights. So I've bought, where are they? There they are. So I bought this. Again, it's very Chinese. I'm not even tempted to translate. Get this open somehow. There we go. And this is like a bypass. I'll just put my phone down a second. So what it does, you can see, it's the same connector as the van on both sides, and you, I guess, simply slot that. Alright, tell me it's the wrong one. No, it should go in. It's just not quite as nicely fitted as the original. So that pops in there, clips in. There you go. And then you put your original loom in there, and this is the little sensor that detects the light. Whether it's any good or not, we'll find out. But for the sake of 20 quid, I think it was all in total, for this and that, you can't really go wrong. And it's a much quicker way than the other way, which would be to replace the window screen with another one, and I'd have to replace that up there with the module for the automatic lights, which is a lot more expensive. So we'll do the cheaper option. Maybe we'll get to that one day if we want to put rain sensors and stuff on it, but this is the cheap, quick option. So I'll pop this back in again, plug it in, I'll run the cable through. Won't be able to test if it's working or not, because I don't have a battery with me to start the van up. We also need to get an alternator for it, so we'll do that next weekend, and get it running and give it a little test drive hopefully. I'll put this in now. Okay, so as you can see, there's a switch that just fits in there. Cable, just tidying it up around there, and that's going to run underneath the plastics, and it's going to come out the top of the dash just there. Now, it's got like a little bit of sticky back sort of padding on it, like a 3M. It's obviously not a 3M because it's Chinese and shit. So we'll see how well that sets. It's not that visible, to be honest. I don't think anyone will really notice it. That'll all be tucked away, so you'll just have that little bit on the top of the dash, just like having a mic or something like that, isn't it? Really, for like your Bluetooth. So yeah, leave it there. I'm not going to put all this back in again because I still need to leave it out. Windows have got to be accessible for the bodywork, so we'll leave them undone. leave all that out, sorry. But I will put this back on, put this back on, this strip, put the lower piece back on. I don't have this bit yet, so this bit in the darker colour is hard to get hold of, but put that back in for now, and I'll move over to the other side. Well, I have got the heat event stuff, so I'll slide that in, put the little cap back on top. Okay, so after quite a lot of fighting, quite a few swear words, this side's back in. The clips on this bottom section are a right bugger to get in, but they're in. Side bits on. This bit will sit a bit more flush once this top piece is in, so there's a bit of a gap there, but that will fill up. Next bit, air vent. So this is off the sort of newest model Taran before they changed the shape completely, and it wasn't the same as the Caddy. These have got the brushed aluminium around them, which is obviously the look I'm going for. Brushed alloy on there. I've got replacements for these. So I've got a brushed aluminium handle with a little brushed aluminium end. Show you those. Where is that? Right, it's not in there. It's in the back of it. Just there, look. So that'll be going on as well. I'm not going to do that today. I shall do that when I take the door cards off to get them refinished. No point doing things more than once. So that just drops in there. It's sort of a push fit, and then it screws in at the top. Push that in like that. Now this is off the newest style Taran, before they sort of changed the body shape to when it wasn't a Caddy anymore. For some reason, there's two screw holes on this. On my shape that I had, this is a 2004 dash. That's only got the one screw hole, so we'll ignore this one. We'll put a torque screw back in there, fix that down, pop the speaker cover on it. Not that one. That one. Sorted. Now for the other side. Like that. Screw in. Cover on. Sorted. Middle section I am waiting for, like I say, so I can't do that, but I shall put the glove box back on and then fit this bit of trim into the back. Okay, this bit of trim is quite simple. Move those out of the way, so in the way. You need to have the back piece of the van removed, the bulkhead, if you've got a bulkhead. You just post that round there, drop it down, it comes through there. Now you're going to need to take the seat belt, feed that through its slot down there. I'll do this with two hands, bear with me a second. So the seat belt's through the slot. I'm going to screw the seat belt back down. It's a 17mm nut into the frame, and then we'll attach the trim. That's that fitted in there through the body down there. There's two little black clips as well, just there and there, that go into the body. You can't really see them, it's too dark in here. The light's fading a bit, so probably have to call this video to an end soon. But that's fitted. I will obviously give all this a massive clean up. That needs a good clean, but I just don't have any water at the minute. Start putting that rest of that dash in there. I'll put the head unit back in as well, because we're obviously going to need some tunes. Can't do a test drive without the music. I'll leave that bit off because I need to get access to that window again when I'm messing around with the panels. So put the head unit back in, screw that back in, get that wiring out of the way, just bolt the steering wheel down properly and clear this rubbish out of the way. The glove box, I'm going to put that back in, but I will replace this. As you can see, it's got quite a few little scratches on it, it's had a few kicks and stuff. I can clean it, but I can't get rid of scratches, so that will be getting replaced soon as well, just as and when I can find a good one. Okay, so it's the next day and you join me inside the van. Going to carry on doing a little few things in here. Obviously I ran out of light last night and it was getting impossible to film, so I called it a day. I've just come back this morning to finish off. I've got this is the sort of bog standard heater unit that you find in these vans and Terrans and a lot of other things of this age, Golfs and Polos and all sorts. No aircon on this model yet, it will be getting done, but just your standard hot and cold 1 to 4 and your zones. Now what I've done is I bought this one. It's similar but slightly different. So again, it's no aircon. This is not an aircon button, it's just well, I guess it uses less, I guess it's economical, who knows. But it's got the temp on it on here, and it's got the 1 to 4 and it's got the rest of it. Now I just think it gives it a bit more of a sort of a higher spec look, having the actual temp written than just hot and cold. So simple as that really, no other motive to it, just want to swap it over. It should work exactly the same, connectors are all the same at the back. It's got the same functions for the fans. The aircon system is different. I bought this a long time ago because I was having problems with my heater. I'd lost that, so I bought this and I couldn't get it to work, so I thought, oh, maybe this is the wrong bit, so I bought another one of those, but it turned out that wasn't the issue. So I'm going to plug this one back in just because I prefer it a little bit for now. It was like 10 quid off eBay, I think, from a Breakers, and I've had it lying around for ages. It looks a bit better. And what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to add these to it. So these are, get this open in a second. So these are just little circular dials that give it a slightly more modern look. That one's for the centre, obviously, and that drops on there. Brushed aluminium to go with the rest of it, and they just modernise it a little bit, to be honest. They're only, again, these are like a tenner. So for now, until I've got aircon and that sorted, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna change the buttons over on it and pop it in there in replace of that. So you join me on the workbench, and what I'm going to do is replace these for these. Now you've got to be just a bit confident with this and just know you're not going to break it. These just pop out, so you can see there's a little sort of extra bit sticking out there, and that gives you space to get a screwdriver, pry bar, trim tool, whatever you want behind it, and then you just got to pry it really and pop it off. Job done. There's one. I'll rotate this one round a bit. Do it from this angle. I need 2 hands. 1 second. Okay, so that's those 3 off. So I'm going to replace some of these round ones. Now they've got the same fitting on the inside, they just look a bit different on the front. There's 2 larger ones for the outside and then a smaller one for the centre. Hopefully these go on pretty easily. So that. Line it up. Believe it goes on like that. Yep. Right, so push it down as hard as you can. That's in pretty firm there. Looks loads better. Same again for this one. That one pops on a bit easier. And then lastly this one. Again, there's two sort of, looking on there you can see there's like a larger sort of bit of plastic that sticks out, and then there's two smaller ones, so they're in a triangle shape, but there is a larger out of the three. That's how you obviously locate it. So looking in there, you've got a large one at the bottom and two smaller at the top. So obviously it's only going to go in one way. That goes in there like that. Goes around 18, 22, and it stops there. Perfect. So looking at that, just think that's a much nicer improvement. Bring it over. Then we get, so we're going to go for that to that. Loads better, loads more modern, and these should glow as well. So just around there you'll have the LED light showing through. Right, give me a second, I'm just going to remove that, pop this in, and then put the head unit in as well. Okay, so that's in. Swapped over from that. I did take the back of this off because I noticed that on this piece, this sits on the back of there. On this replacement one, there was a couple of bits missing, like that helped, that actually open the vents and stuff like that. So rather than trying to dismantle it, rather than trying to take those bits out, this bit is just screwed in with 4 screws, and the whole back piece comes off. So took the whole back piece off this one, swapped it with this one, and job done. I think that looks loads nicer. This one's a little bit difficult to turn at the minute, but I think that will loosen up over time. My vents are quite seized up at the minute as well because they've not really been used. So that'll do for now. It's not, it looks loads nicer. You know, they're a bit Chinese, but looks loads better. Put the head unit in now. It's not it's only the original one that came in the van. It's got a few buttons missing and such, but it works, and it'll just make it look a bit more complete inside. Plus it means it's not something that's just lying around. I will replace this with a nice new DAB screen, sat nav, all the rest of it at some point, but I'll put this in for now just so it works. Right, that bit's in there. All I need then is the top piece and the fascia plate. They should be here soon. I'm hoping by next weekend, but never know. It's estimated sort of first week of Feb, but that's in. Looks loads better already. Less wires trailing out. Got rid of all of that. So that was a Parrot sort of Bluetooth thing. Didn't need any of that wiring, so that's come out as well, which is cleaning things up nicely behind there. I will be getting the genuine Volkswagen one with the Bluetooth and stuff in it, and that'll all be built in. I'll run a mic up, probably up there, just by the driver's side, a pillar while that's off as well, and get that working nicely. Glove box next. Okay, so the glove box is in. As you can just about see on the camera, it's a bit tatty, scratched up, so we'll replace that. This goes in quite simply. You sort of have to, it sort of goes underneath this part, so you have to pull this part back, slide it under, and then there's like 1, I think it's right, 1, 2, about there, 3, 4 plastic clips that clip in, just to locate it, and then it's screwed in under there, and then 1, 2, 3 along the bottom as well, and that's in there, and that's secure, and this bit just pushes back in there and clips back in there. This is a little bit bent though because I've been messing around with it, so this, we're probably going to have to replace this. I am looking at, I've got the standard Caddy armrest in, the standard Turan armrest there, but I do like a newer one, or a Caddy Life one with the multi-adjustable, so it comes up, comes out, you can adjust it a bit better, so I might swap for that, replace all that. But that's in. There's a couple of screws here on the top, that one I'm missing, I need to find that one, and that one I'm missing, and that just holds the top down, so that's not connected to the glove box. Put the trim back on, just for visuals. That just pops in, like that, job done. Nice. Put the side piece on, and that's about it for the inside for now. I forgot to film an outro, so this is that. I'll just leave you with a couple of photographs of the interior, how it's looking. Please like, please comment, please subscribe to the channel if you like it. Try and get another video out next weekend, get the van running. I'm trying to get these coming as quick as I can, but I'm just waiting on bits. And I'm back working full time again, so it's just hard to get these out between work. But please do continue to support the channel, and I'll continue to get the videos out. Thank you very much for those who've already subscribed and those that are watching. Does mean a lot, and hopefully we'll be around for a long time. Thank you.